What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining and tuning back into my channel. Out in the main workshop today. We've got a lot more done on the frame since my last video. I've got pretty much got it all welded up and out of the jig. I've got the engine situated. So we have done a fair bit since my last update. I've got everything on the frame, all the rails fully welded. Put a couple of gusset bars in this morning, and I've just tacked in my top mount plate. Look, engine's all in, all the mounts are in, the rear tubes clearance for the primary. So I've just got to plate that in once everything comes apart again for paint, and get that situated in and ground in nicely. Front end, well, my stanchions on with the bars on to check fitment. I've blasted all the yokes, and I've been blasting away on the actual lowers. So here's what it used to look like, and these are a little bit crusty to say the least. This one's not as bad as the other side was. So we've got that blasted, oh, that two blasts, sorry. And currently in the blaster, part way through. And that all nice and spanky and blasted. I'm blasting with fine grit glass beads so that it doesn't damage anything too major. And that way I've still got a good sealing surface on the inside while it's all cleared. So yeah, that's a quick update on there. And while I've got you all here, I'll weld in that gusset plate and get that all welded into the neck, and then that should strengthen all the front end, and I can start working on my fuel tank from there. So let me get my gear on. And just before I start, like my current welder, I'm using a little portable Artec, which is the TIG 160 FPP. Love this machine. It is one of the best little multi-purpose welders. It is a DC only machine, that one. But the little orange one next to it is my AC DC machine. So I'm currently running for this 132 amps with 15 CFH of gas flow. I'm running a 332nd tungsten with 1.6mm rod. So let's grab another piece of filler. I'm also running a number 12 gas lens as well. So get these all nicely welded in. I'll show you the results once I'm done. Swap over to a longer rod. Wait for the pool to melt, and then off we go. This gusset is made out of 1/4 inch plate as well, so it should be plenty stout for this application. Switch them round, get this side done. Bit of an awkward position for this one. But I'll work. Oh, it's a bit awkward, that one. Would have been so much easier if I removed the oaks, but why make it easy on myself? Nothing about this bike is easy. And once I've got it all stripped down, I'll do the final weld through that centre section. There is going to be a lot of bits. They're going to need a fair bit of final welding on them all. There we go, nice consistent welds. I mean, they're not the prettiest. I'll have to do a cap pass over them once I'm ready. I'll get a cap pass on them, and then jobs are good, and that'll be fully welded. I've got to weld the underside of it as well, where I can use that for my tank mount when I figure that out. I'm going to be running just a little aluminium tank. I'll take my gloves off. I'm going to run a little aluminium tank on it. Everything on the bike is going to be dash 6 fittings. Currently have my old oil lines. The vents are dash 4, and the feed and return side are dash 6. But all my fuel fittings are going to be dash 6 as well. And so we have just a little aluminium tank just situated inside the frame rails, and then a little filler neck up there. Still don't know whether to run an oil tank down at the front or run it under the seat. Because the battery is going to be fitted under the seat. I've changed the ignition module that I was going to run. I was going to keep with the Screaming Eagle programmable one that I had attached to the engine. I'm going to go with the standalone ignition module for in the nose cone. So yeah, there's a lot of progress has happened since my last update, but there's still a fair way to go. Hopefully my new wheel for the rear should turn up next week, so I can get that lined up and get my chain line sorted and figure out my tyre size. I've gone with a 5-piece wheel, which is similar to your traditional 3-piece bolt together wheels, but the hubs are separate, so I can change the sizes of them for whatever's required if I do need to skinny out. I should have plenty of room in the dropouts, because the wheel is a 6.5-inch wide rim with an 18-inch diameter and 6.5-inch wide, but I can tweak the spacing because it is a bolt together 3-piece rim setup, so I can change that. The front wheel, I was going to run my stock front wheel that I've got, but the calipers that I'm going to be running hit the spokes, so I figured if I'm going to get a new wheel, I might as well build one that matches the rear. So I'm going to be doing a 5-piece wheel for the front, similar to the rear, so it's all bolt together, but that will give me a 2.5-inch wide rim, which I can run a 100 to a 110, possibly a 120, depending on the overhang. I probably will just run a 110 because I know it'll fit, but it means I can also have it custom fit to the fork, so I know it's going to work how I want it. And then it's just piece together everything on it. So I've got exhaust to do, wiring to do. Not that there's very much wiring; it's very minimal system. I just need power to me ignition, power to a starter, start button, a stop button, and a little button to turn a little red light on at the back for if the officials deem it necessary. And then it's just making all my sheet metal. So I've just got to do the oil tank, petrol tank, and then figure out what I'm doing for the rear mudguard. My plan is to do something similar to Gard Hollinger's Biker Build-Off bike from like 2006, I think it was, like 2004 to 2006. I can't remember the exact year that it was. Well, something similar to his section where it's just all like tubular frame coming over the wheel with my plates on with the numbers, and I'm going to have obviously a shop logo on it. I'll have my racing logo on it, plus if anybody does get on or wants to help out with sponsors, and their details can go on it, and like I say, I'll have my race number on there. But yeah, it's shaping up to be a fun little project. It's a big steep learning curve, and I'm pretty much just making it up as I go along, because I can't find any information online about it. A lot of teams don't want to give their information out. Obviously, you don't want to give your competition the upper hand or settings that you're running, so I get it. So I just need to find people that are willing to share their information with me on best ways to set it up. Like I say, with this bike, I am going to be running it on a 20% methanol mix, so it should have a pretty decent amount of power. I'm also tearing the engine apart. Once I've got most of the fab work done, the engine's coming apart again to refresh it. Actually, I've got a couple 100 miles run through it since it was built, and I've got a compressed lifter, so I need to pull the top end off anyway to get my lifter out. And while I'm in there, I might as well upgrade it a little bit more. So I'll be putting a big bore kit on it, or a bigger big bore kit than what's normally out there if I can swing it. So I'll be going to a 1450, which is absolutely monstrous for some of this small and light. So that should be fun, and potentially a set of Buell flywheels going in it, if I can secure them. It's already got a set of Buell XB12 cams in there, so I'll pair that up with the Buell flywheel. It should be an absolute tyre burning monster, which is what I'm hoping for. But other than that, there's not really much else that I've done to it. I'm just plodding through at the moment, just sorting out little bits and figuring out what parts I'm going to need, what I'm going to have to make for it, and then I'm going to start ordering some bits when I can, once my funds allow, and start just cracking through. I'm giving myself 6 months to build it, because the race licenses run, like the race license membership for the ACU runs January to December. So I figured if I give myself the rest of this year to build the bike, get all my certification done, get my license sorted, and my testing and everything done, the classroom side of it, and the rider assessment, medicals, and all that jazz, get that over and done with it towards the end of this year. That means I can start the race season from January next year, full swing with the bike, but it'll give me time to test it as well and get everything dialed in how I want it, and then hopefully actually go fast down the track. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So I'm just going to crack on, do some design work, draw up some CAD bits for my steering damper and some of the other bits that I need to get machined, and then yeah, I'll crack on. So thank you very much for tuning in. Like I say, it's just a quick little update. This one again. I'm going to try and do a little bit more in depth once I've actually got more parts for it. So yeah. So for now, I'm signing off, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.